poet. He lived most of his life in Naples, but was born in Andes near Mantua. He studied in Mantua, Milan, various other places, Rome, to study rhetoric, philosophy, and mathematics. During his time in Naples, he met two friends, Horace the poet and Menesas. These three became great friends. He published three things during his lifetime: the Epilogues, the Georgics, and the Aeneid. The Epilogues he published in 37 BC, the Georgics in 29 BC, and he had a rough draft of the Aeneid in 19 BC. But Augustus pushed him to return to Italy, and on the way back home, he died because he was ill in Brindisi.
The basic timeline was like, so basically, yeah, he was born in 70 BC. In 58 BC, he started school in Cremona. In 55 BC, he assumed the toga of Aurelius. In 54 BC, he started studies at Milan. 53 BC, he moved to Rome to continue his studies. And at 50 BC, he moved to Naples to study. So he first started writing, well, this is the main piece. 43 BC, he started writing the Epilogues. And 41 BC, he had his family estate taken away. In 40 BC, the government basically compensated for his estate. In 37 BC, he published the Epilogues and started writing the Georgics. In 29 BC, he finished the Georgics and published that and started writing on the Aeneid. In 19 BC was his death. So his death was at Brundisium, and it was due to fever.
The Aeneid is an epic poem in 12 books about the founder of the Roman race, Aeneas. The Aeneid is like the Odyssey in recounting a series of Mediterranean adventures and eventual homecoming, books 1 through 6. It is also like the Iliad in recounting a war to capture a city, books 7 through 12. Vergil was trying to glorify Rome by showing dramatic scenes of shipwreck, struggles, wanderings, and conquest. He also proclaimed Rome's future glory with prophetic visions and summoned the Romans to a worshipful respect for their new empire and their first emperor, and to restore the simple virtues of the founding fathers.
In the early days of Augustus' reign from 29 BC to 19 BC, he worked on it on and off, but mostly continuously for the duration of the 10 years. It was published posthumously against his wishes as he felt it was incomplete and had a lot to be polished.
The Aeneid was written around the time of the Pax Romana and the rule of Augustus. It was written to glorify Rome just as the Iliad did for Greece. Vergil was the voice of the people who were trying to show the greatness, the significance, and the glory of Rome and the people who created it.
Vergil's Aeneid is significant because of how it influenced future poems such as Lucan's Pharsalia, Valerius Flaccus's Argonautica, Dante Alighieri's Divine Comedy, and John Milton's Paradise Lost. It also influenced other future writers such as Chaucer, Spenser, Shakespeare, Marlowe, and Tennyson.
So Vergil's name is of course spelled Vergil, but an alternative spelling has existed since the Middle Ages, Virgil. Possibly this alternate name comes from the fact that he was a man of great sexual restraint, and in a medieval mind this habit conferred upon him magical powers, and which tied his name to the other Latin word virga, meaning magic wand. The sources of this information are not as traceable as one would perhaps wish, but the correct spelling is Vergil with an E.